Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Johnny Go Vroom out here riding my little V14. Right quick, I just wanted to send a humongous thank you to each and every one of you for helping me get over 2,000 subscribers. Honestly, I never thought that this would happen. I just really like to ride these electric unicycles. When I first started, I just wanted to make videos that I wanted to see. That's literally all that I did. And that's all that I've really tried to continue to do, albeit scatterbrained and a little chaotic, but that's all that I've tried to do, and I'm so grateful. Out here right now on my Inmotion V14, this is a ride that I went on after being completely frustrated all day by this psychopath. So this is one of those rides where you just gotta burn off steam. Like, there's no words for it. You know, maybe in my youth I might have punched a wall, I might have yelled, I might have done something like that, but ever since I found the electric unicycles, it's like I get all of this energy pent up, and by the end of the day it's just ready to go. And you know, whether I ride the wheel to let off steam or I ride it to continue my zen mood, that's the energy that I bring to it. So it's like when I'm riding, I'm always inspired. My V14 does have the grizzless seat and body armor kit, as well as the VCF pads, which were custom made and a gift from Roger Chapman. Thank you so much, brother. I do have the V14 pedals from E-Rides. I'm sorry, they're called Ironman. So my V14 has Ironman pedals from E-Rides, as well as the lowering brackets or raising brackets. I'm really hoping that they make some more of those. It looks like they're out of stock right now, but they make everything so much better. But you can see, guys, seriously, like I had so much energy pent up, man, and I just wanted to let it all go. And so every single time that I could lay into the torque to make it just rip and peel, I did. Every single time that I could jump and bound, I did. I was just searching for every opportunity to explore and just let myself go. You know, the act of forward ambulation has been shown to reduce activity in the amygdala, right? So that's like your brain's fear center. Forward ambulation is just moving forward through space. That's just like walking or riding a bike or, you know, skateboarding, rollerblading, anything like that. In this case, it's riding an EUC. So engaging in these sorts of activities, it stimulates your dopamine release, and that kind of enhances your mood and resilience. It's dope. There's actually science to back this stuff up. If you look up like forward ambulation, it's really wild, and it's super duper cool. In fact, there's this concept. It's called green exercise, and basically it's when you're combining the physical activity that's like ambulation with natural exposure in nature, and that just improves the overall effect of all of it. So yeah, I'm out here riding to kind of blow off some steam this evening. Why do you guys ride? I know it's a big question, but like, what inspires you to ride? Is it stress relief or exploration or like just for fun? What is it? I mean, for me, it's a little bit of all of them, but the nature of this ride this evening, the fact that I just really had to go after it, that I just felt like fire. I was jamming to tunes the whole time, and I was just on fire and had to go. So yeah, what inspires you to ride? So in the last video, we had talked about this crash, or like I had talked about this crash that I had on the EXN, and I had remembered it in the moment like it was my first crash, but it actually wasn't my first crash. Oh, gosh, I love this wheel, man. Oh, just so much torque and power, dude. And then this little like route that I take to get out of everybody's way. My old buddy Aaron, he put me onto this route, and it just gets you out of traffic's way, and it just lets you flow. I absolutely love this route and shooting all of these gaps. Guys, stick around. This ride is going to be so epic. So epic. I'm sorry for the ADHD squirrel moment. My bad. Okay, so I remembered the EXN. It's just this ride, dude. It's such a good ride. I remembered the EXN as a crash, and that was just a simple kind of pedal scraping thing that turned into a wobble, that turned into me shooting off into the like curb, into the bushes. And ultimately, the lesson from that was pedal height matters, and always wear your armor. I mean, or if you're going to be hauling, like don't mess around without your armor on. Personally, it's probably not a good idea, but I do not wear full armor when I'm not going full tilt. When I go full tilt, I wear full armor. So that's just kind of my policy. But this V8 that I had, it wasn't even like a V8S or anything like that. It was just an OG V8. I saw that in Darkness Bot in the app that I could like overclock it and get it to go like 22 miles an hour. It was only rated for 20, and I was like, oh man. So I wanted to do it. I was like, I am going to overclock this wheel. I am going to turbocharge my fun. And I heard people talk about riding the beeps. I don't know if they do that as much. I really don't hear people talk about riding the beeps as much as they used to. But it used to be this thing. Everybody was like, oh yeah, man, riding the beeps, riding the beeps, riding the beeps. And I don't know why I thought that riding the beeps was some kind of like safety thing, or that it like that if you were at the beeps that you were okay. I'm not really sure what I thought happened after. You got, guys, that was cool. That was cool. The hockey stop, the hockey stop is cool, and the hop acceleration is cool. You can't tell me it's not cool. It's a little bit cool. And I love shooting those gaps, man. So anyway, I get this wheel to go way faster than what it's supposed to go. And 2 miles an hour is way faster for a wheel that's rated for that little power. I think it was like 800 watt motor and like rated for 20 miles an hour. Yeah, that was not the thing. So I'm going and, riding the beeps. And one day I'm trying to go over to my pop's house, and I ended up going over the lip of like a curb. You guys have seen me do this a number of times. It wasn't even like a jump or a hop or anything. It was just a transition, like a sidewalk transition, like right there, like just go up a sidewalk, that sort of thing. That little increase in demand from the unit actually forced my wheel to cut out. And so I actually had my first high speed cutout on a V8 at 22 miles an hour. And oh my God, I went ass over tea kettle, scraped up my shoulders, scraped up my knees, scraped up my elbows. It was just horrible, dude. It was crazy because I was fully committed. I didn't exactly know what to do or how to pull back from it. I think there was even some little bits of glass that got into me from that situation. So, but I learned something so important, guys, and that's like the threshold of cutout. See, for that wheel, I had been monitoring nonstop the impact of my leaning, of my stopping, of my starting, of my jumping, everything. I had been studying the Darkness Bot metrics like a nerd, just over and over, trying to see what power management did, or like what PWM was happening from the wheels, or how my speed was impacting the battery's response. That was so cool. Dude, I'm telling you, I had so much fun on this ride. I hope that you can tell. I mean, it was just in and out. And I tried to stay out of people's way as well, which was hard because it was a little bit busier. So anyway, but I had been studying that wheel. And I think that the takeaway from this is that a beginner wheel is so important, guys. That wheel, I learned how to go backwards. I learned how to do 180s. I learned how to do bonks. I learned how to do everything on that wheel. I took that wheel to a skate park. I capped out my V8. I promise you, I capped out my V8. See, what people so often do is they buy these wheels that are way out of the capacity of what they're going to be able to figure out for all the fine motor skill stuff. It's crazy. So, you buy something that's way bigger than what you can manage for the fine motor stuff, and then you never develop the fine motor stuff. So all you have is this brute force crude capacity to drive the wheel, and so it's just this straight line capacity, maybe a little bit of turning capacity and stuff like that. But and then with the cutout thing, like, I know what the wheel feels like. I know what the motor sounds like. There's like a frequency. It starts to hit a higher pitch. It starts to feel less firm, less sure-footed. The acceleration disappears because you're no longer accelerating. You're only maintaining. Like, there's so many things that happen, and they're all telltale signs that you're about to lose it, that you're about to go gone. And I feel like that crash was so important because it was my very first cutout, and it was something that I would say anymore. I kind of feel like people would do well to deliberately seek a cutout on a low-powered wheel just to feel what it's like to lose the balancing. You know, I would love to do that as a drill, as like an exercise. Just have a wheel that I can like just kill it, so that way I could see what it's like to like lose the balance mid-stroke and just like try to go for the rest of it after that. I really think that that would kind of improve my confidence about the potential of a cutout and my performance in the event of a cutout. A few months ago, I had to replace my Master Pro V3. I had to replace the tube. Well, no, I'm sorry. I had to replace the whole rim because I cracked the rim on this branch in the middle of the road, or bike lane, rather. So I had to replace the rim, and in doing so, I had to reseat a tube and tire and all that stuff, and I had zero luck with getting a tube back on that dang thing. So, after being stressed out for a little while, my girlfriend, she saw that I was working on what I was working on, and in a power move, she starts looking up information that's relevant to what I'm doing, and she finds that Wheel Good Time had done a tubeless mod for it, where you just, you know, stick a valve stem in there, a tubeless valve stem, and then just, you know, the Michelin, I think it's not the Pilot Pro, but it's like the City Extra or something like that. Yeah, the City Extra. You end up just running that thing tubeless, and it works perfectly. So that worked out for me. That worked out incredibly well in terms of riding initially. Rob Lee of the PEV Connection down in Clearwater, Florida, well, he told me don't jump on a tubeless setup, and I did. I was jumping on a tubeless setup, and I was doing that just like you see here. So just transitioning from the sidewalk back to like the street where, you know, clear, adequate, and safe, to avoid pedestrians and vehicles incidentally. So that's kind of how I ride. Well, the Master Pro did not like that. So in all of this talking about wreck and crash and wreck and crash, I have ended up crashing myself. I hopped up on a curb and the tube just deflated, and I went down at like, you know, 5 miles an hour. It wasn't nothing crazy, but I was just so taken aback because it wasn't that big of a jump. It wasn't that big of a obstacle to have caused such a pressure differentiation for the wheel to unseat and thusly just completely, see, always polite if I can be, and thusly, you know, completely deflate. And that was just, eesh. I was not happy about that. I literally felt the spirit of Duff, the spirit of Rob Fail, you know, Wheel Good Time. I immediately felt the spirit of these guys go through me with that instant deflation happen. I was like, oh my God. And I remembered how god-awful heavy the Master Pro is. I'm a tough dude, and I can't carry that thing for 10 feet, man. Yo, here's the roundabout. This is a roundabout. There was a request for the complete roundabout, and I actually, in this video, I ran a couple of roundabouts for the homie just because I was like, you know what? I need to give you the full roundabout. I get you 100%. So I am super duper grateful to Rob Lee of PEV Connection in Clearwater, Florida, for, you know, always sharing his insights. And I am truly a hard-headed fool for thinking that I could, in fact, jump and manage on a tubeless tire on a 120-pound wheel, 130 pounds with all modifications set. So I am the fool for that. I am absolutely the fool for that. Is anybody else running tubeless setups? And what's your most extreme situation? I mean, I'm sure that some people do have better luck with the tubeless tires than I do, but mine, it just didn't work for the aggressive stuff. Or is there any, is there like, this is right where it happened. I jumped right up on that curb right there to the right. That's where I lost all pressure on my Master Pro. But is there any tips or tricks or anything that you guys use on a tubeless setup? I used a bunch of it, like the tubeless adhesive gel stuff. Like I used a bunch of that stuff. I put it down in there and made sure that it had even coverage. So if you have any tips or tricks, please leave them in the comments below, so that way I and anybody else that's trying to run a tubeless tire can do it better. Over there to the right, or the left now, that big building that I was trying to show you, that's GRU. Those are the evil power gods of Gainesville. Once upon a moon, I heard it said that GRU actually had, there's your roundabout again, guys. ADHD narrative. Woo! GRU had the highest power bills in the entire country. I cannot believe that that is actually a true statement. Seriously. In the whole country, it's wild. There's all sorts of scandals and like dirty stuff going around about how that place operates. It's real dirty. So it's such a ridiculously long ride, but it's epic though. It has been such a great ride. I hope that you are loving every moment of seeing what this dang wheel can do. One of the last few days, I'm going to be able to rock my lazy rolling jacket, the Mark P1 Max gloves from E-Rides. And if you like the helmet, it's called the Vega Air GPX. Vega Air GPX. I should put all this stuff down in the description, and I probably will. But, you know, just for now. Oh, and the backpack, EUC. It's the Hodjaker 30 Later. 30 Latra. Oh, I'm going to shut up for a moment, because these people, we had a good time. Sorry. I'll do a kickflip. Oh, did it. I did it! I've said it once, I'll say it again. Kindness is free. Smiles are priceless. It's a great investment. You know, do it often. Such sweet people. Savvy Jax shared a little story with from the last video, so I'm going to read that to you. I'm a Navy pilot, and I ride my wheels on base for transportation. Last year, I was riding my V12 and went screaming across the lawn in front of a chow hall. I hit a deep rut that the grass was masking, and it bucked me right off of my wheel. So anyone eating inside the chow hall saw a guy in a flight suit literally flying through the air and sliding across the grass. Only my pride was injured. That's my best Savvy Jax impression. I don't know what he actually sounds like, but I didn't want him to sound like me. So that's what we did. That's what we did. Bro, thank you so much for sharing. Holy crap. I thought I'm the only one that has like lost games of chess repeatedly to the grass. So if you don't know, guys, the grass, there's a good lesson here. The grass will always be cut to like an even level on top. That does not mean that it will be the same even level up underneath it, okay? And I'm not the only guy that knows that either. Tell me your story. Tell me down below. I need you guys to join in here and let me know. You know, because I know I'm not the only one that is bucked off of because of grass. I've not been bucked, you know, and I know Savvy Jax isn't the only one either. So, yeah, guys, watch out with that grass. And thank you so much, Jotum123. I love your philosophy on riding, showing gratitude, courtesy, and patience in traffic. We need more of this out there. Thank you for the upload. Hope you have a good one. Dude, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to reflect that energy back my way, guys. Kindness is free, man. Smiles are priceless. And honestly, compassion, in the words of the Dalai Lama, dude, compassion is one of the most selfish things you can do, because what it does is it breeds compassion, kindness, and love right next to you, man. So anyway, this has been your boy Johnny, riding around on my V14, having an absolutely fantabulous time. Stay tuned for more rides, more uploads. We're going to be doing between 5 and 7 p.m. That's my goal. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Look for more rides on the V14. Look for more rides on the Inmotion V9. I've got some trick style videos coming out with the V9. I've got some high speed runs of the V9. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. Till then, peace.